As she sits there on the 2nd of January 2026, staring at her calendar app on her phone, Sarah realizes that last year was a complete mess when it came to learning languages. She started off strong in 2025, promising herself she'd finally get fluent in English. But life got in the way. Work pressures, family commitments, and all those endless Netflix sessions in her native language.
Did you sleep well?
Yes, quite well, thank you.
This year, though, she's determined to sort it out properly. No more half-hearted efforts. She needs a solid plan for studying English, one that's realistic and actually sticks. Here's how she's going about it. First off, Sarah decided to focus on just one language. Last year, she tried juggling English with a bit of French on the side, and it turned into a total disaster. She'd mix up words, get frustrated, and give up after a few weeks. So for 2026, it's English all the way. Why English? Her job involves emailing clients from the UK and the US, and it'd be brilliant to write proper reports and join conference calls without worrying about making silly mistakes. Plus, she loves the thought of travelling to London or New York one day and chatting confidently with locals, ordering a cup of tea or a coffee without stumbling over her words. Now, about the schedule. Sarah knows herself well. She's not a morning person at all, so dragging herself out of bed to study at 6 a.m. would never work. Instead, she's carving out 30 minutes every evening after dinner around 7 p.m. That's when she's chilled out, but not too knackered. At weekends, she'll push it to a full hour. To keep herself accountable, she set daily reminders on her phone and blocked the time in her Google Calendar. No more excuses like, "I'll do it tomorrow." If she misses a day, she'll catch up the next one. But her main goal is consistency rather than perfection. Resources are crucial, aren't they? She's signed up for Duolingo Premium because it's fun and turns learning into a game, which helps her stay motivated. But she doesn't want to depend on just one app. She's also using Babbel for more structured grammar lessons, and she's downloaded a podcast called Luke's English Podcast to listen to on her commute. Each episode is around 30 to 40 minutes, perfect for the drive or train journey to work. For vocabulary, she's using Anki flashcards on her phone. That spaced repetition system is meant to be brilliant for long-term retention. She's even ordered a proper workbook from Amazon, something like English File Intermediate, just for some old-school pen and paper exercises. Mixing apps with real books should keep things fresh and interesting.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
One area Sarah is really pushing is speaking practice. Last year, she picked up loads of words, but couldn't put together a decent sentence in a real conversation. So she's joined an online language exchange on HelloTalk. It's an app where you message native speakers, starting with text chats, then moving to voice notes and perhaps video calls when she feels ready. She's already paired up with a guy from London who's learning her language, so they can help each other out. They're planning to chat twice a week, starting next Monday. It's a bit scary, but that's exactly why she's doing it, isn't it? You don't improve without getting out of your comfort zone. Reading plays a big part in her plan too. She reckons that if she reads in English regularly, her understanding will improve without it feeling like proper homework. She's starting with simple articles on BBC News or The Guardian's easier sections, then progressing to short stories. She's got a book on her Kindle called Short Stories in English for Intermediate Learners. Her target is 1 story a week, looking up unknown words as she goes along. By the middle of the year, she wants to tackle a full novel. Maybe something by Jane Austen, or a modern one like The Thursday Murder Club, but an easier version first. When it comes to writing, Sarah is keeping a daily journal in English. Nothing complicated, just a few sentences about her day, like, "Today I had a busy day at work and met some friends for coffee in the evening," or whatever happened. She'll run it through Grammarly to catch errors. And she might share some entries with her language partner for feedback. It's low pressure, but it should steadily improve her grammar and help her build natural sentences. Tracking progress is vital. Otherwise, she'll lose motivation. She's set up a simple spreadsheet in Google Sheets with columns for the date, what she studied, new words learnt, and a score out of 10 for how the session went. At the end of each month, she'll look back and make tweaks. For instance, if the podcast isn't grabbing her, she'll switch to YouTube channels like BBC Learning English. To mark achievements, like completing a unit on Duolingo, she'll reward herself with something nice, perhaps a takeaway pizza or a new outfit. Of course, life doesn't always go to plan. What if work goes mad or she falls ill? She's built in some flexibility. If she can't manage the full 30 minutes, even 10 minutes still counts. The key is not breaking the streak. She read Atomic Habits last year, and it really drove home the idea that small, consistent steps lead to massive results. That's her guiding principle for 2026. By December, Sarah hopes to reach B1 level or even B2 if everything clicks. That would mean handling everyday conversations, following TV series like Bridgerton or The Office with subtitles, and reading work emails without constantly reaching for a dictionary. It's ambitious, but with this plan, it feels achievable. If anyone out there is thinking about their own English goals, just give it a try. Start small, keep at it, and don't be too hard on yourself when you slip up. Here's to a year where Sarah actually speaks English confidently rather than just dreaming about it.